Alright, guys, we are back, and that's not the right draft image. It's also not the right draft image. For some reason, I didn't decide to update that, because the score is actually 1-0 Telechubbies. And there we go. So pro. I am so pro. Anyway, yeah, game 1, go to Telechubbies. Kind of surprising, but absolutely wrecked the guys on Twisted Fusion, pretty much. It was not pretty, and they have to be a little concerned, I think, about their performance, because that wasn't what we're used to seeing from Twisted Fusion, and from a team that was in Diamond last cycle, like losing in the round of 16 should be bad.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you want.
I mean,
If
they
they lose
should.
this and lose the next, they're silver. I mean, that would just be crazy.
That would be shocking, going from diamond to gold to silver in consecutive cycles. I think the only team that might have done that in the past is like Excellent or something, because they decided to quit or something. Right. I don't know, man. We shouldn't. I mean, to be fair, we actually shouldn't be saying, "Oh, Twisted Fusion, so bad. What the hell are they doing?" It's Telechubbies played great. Like they were completely on point. They were coordinated, and the draft was good, and the wording was great, and they played as a team. I mean, I had essentially no faults with how they did anything that game. Their decision making was perfect. They looked like a team that we didn't see in Gold Division last cycle because they didn't do great. But I don't know.
I guess the new pickups they're really making a difference in the team.
I would say that is pretty much exactly the case because Gold Cycle 3.
I'm quite surprised that they let them have Parasite again as well.
Yeah, considering how Epic Slacker played last game, and I mean, if you're not going to pick that hero, which they didn't, so maybe they do want it. So I'm looking at it right now. Last cycle, Telechubbies lost 2-0 to Dawn in the round of 16. They got a forfeit win over Adrian's family in the loser bracket round 1, and they lost 2-0 to Not Excellent in loser bracket round 2. So they didn't win a single game in Gold Division last cycle, and the only reason that they stayed in Gold was because of a forfeit from Adrian's family, which was a pretty good team, and I'm actually kind of surprised that they forfeited. So,
I guess they disbanded.
Yeah. I guess not feeling like they wanted to continue playing. It's too bad. It was a good team.
Yeah.
But
they had potential.
Telechubbies get a new life thanks to that, and they are taking it and running with it. So we'll see if they can complete the series sweep here, or if Twisted Fusion can send it to a Game 3. But the draft we have not talked about at all, except for the Parasite mention. Cthulhu and Silhouette, first two bans from Curson, so targeted mostly, I think, at Abu, aka Let Us Hope over there, as he had a really, really good game, and they don't really want to let him get a hero that he's clearly pretty comfortable with yet again. Ophelia and Swiftblade being taken out by the Hellborn side. Swiftblade makes sense, and Ophelia, once again, Epic Slacker likes playing that hero, so they don't want to let him have it, and that's nonetheless going to allow them to pick up the Parasite into Magmus and Torturer, so once again, a strong draft from the Legion side. Hellborn going to go with Rhapsody Kraken and the Legionnaire, which is off the wall a little bit.
It's Slot Please signature hero.
Right.
I really like how he plays it though. He tries to rush boots and gets a really fast level 3. So he gets one in charge, one in spin, and one in taunt. Then he just goes gank mode.
And so the farm build?
Is it? Instead of farming.
Right.
Yeah. He likes tries to win a couple of lanes, and then he goes farming.
Makes
and
sense.
it actually has a huge impact on the game if he manages to post it off. Which he doesn't exactly manages to do every game, but sometimes.
It's the thought, it's the attempt. At least he's trying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had What You Got in here who plays... Am I thinking of the right player? Yeah. Right? That's what you that's what you got, right? That plays Legionnaire. He should absolutely flame me for this, but yeah, it's him. What the hell am I even talking about?
Yes. In
for Null.
Null.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they haven't played for a long time, which is kind of surprising. yeah, he was in here talking about how the best ways to play Legionnaire and stuff like that, get the hatchet, stack the camps. He tends to go for more of the farming route, and he ends up having 400 to 450 gold per minute relatively quickly. But definitely Legionnaire here that can gank as well. So multiple options for success. Legion side did finish their bans off here. Puppet Master, Fade, and Madman. Fade?
Also targeting slot. Like, he plays so many weird heroes. You don't even know.
I don't.
Like, he plays... it's Suicide Fade. And he goes Striders into Helm of the Black Legion every game. No matter what. Like, he played second support, and he got a 30-minute Helm of the Black Legion one. I was like, what? Then he plays Rampage and Solomon. Oh,
yeah,
so many heroes.
I know about the Solomon. I've seen that before. I might have seen the Rampage once or twice. People are trying to convince me that Suicide Rampage is a thing. No, it's not. Not a thing.
I don't like it.
It's stupid. Good. You and I together against the world.
You and me, Quincy.
I don't understand the logic behind Suicide Rampage. I sort of get what they're going for. I just don't think it makes any sense. Anyway, last ban from Hellborn side is Dr. Repulsor on top of the Bubbles and Revenant, but I do want to go back to Fade for a second, because we don't see Fade anymore, and I feel like we should. Ever since the Bound Eye change, everybody's like, oh, it's a crap hero. But
I don't know. He just doesn't do enough damage, in my opinion. They nerfed his damage so much. He isn't really able to fulfill his role, in my opinion. Like, once you get Steamboat's Vestments as a carry, she can't kill you alone. Compared to so many other gankers.
That's true, but I think if you went Puzzle Box on her, A, you accomplish the same warding thing that you had before, where you can just run around with the clear vision, and B, Puzzle Box is awesome. You get another Puzzle Box carrier that makes sense. And C, I think it's as much about the map presence as it is about the actually being able to kill people. Just having an invis fade up all the friggin' time is nerve-wracking, especially if you're not the carry, if you're a support hero. I hate it because it seems like you always die no matter what you do. And I mean, yeah, she's counterable. Rev wards, just put them all over the place, and you can track her. But that's a pretty big investment that you now all of a sudden have to make. Maybe you have to buy a Bound Eye, you have to buy a bunch of dust. Yeah, I mean, maybe she's a niche hero, but she never gets picked, and I think she should get picked a little bit more often than she is.
She absolutely wrecks late game. I agree with you. The problem is just to get there.
Right.
Because a Magmus is going to do so much more in the early fights. Well,
Yes.
a Fade is usually under-leveled for running around as a ward, and simply not doing that much in fights anymore.
That's true. I mean, if you can line your sons up, that's great, but if you can't, then she doesn't do very much at all. But yeah, last two picks from Legion side are Chipper and Malakin. So
I love it.
yeah,
I love the draft. It's super good in my opinion. Chipper and Parasite are... They work so well together. They both want to do the same thing, and they can just kill anyone without any issue. Pretty much in the game, I think.
yeah.
And I think Hellborn at the moment is drafting into their hands, just picking heroes that suck versus their heroes.
Yeah, it's...
Like the Suicide Plague is really weak versus one thing, and that is diving. And their team is so godlike at diving towers. I expect Plague to feed a lot now.
Well, I mean, Hellborn have to win now because they have the synchronized ready up, so... That's the new rules of HoN say that not even new actually. Those aren't new rules of HoN. Those are old rules of HoN. Synchronized ready up means instant win.
Ooh, we used to do that one thing when there's like 5 seconds left. One do it at 5, one do it at 4, then 3, 2, 1. It looks really cool. It's even cooler, I promise you. Can we do another sync up, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to pause at 1 minute on the in-game and the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right, I'm paused. Well, what do we need to sync up for? Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. I assume you're good? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Mania is their carry player. They're going to do the aggro dual lane here, actually, as they don't want to go against the Suicide Plague. I'm confused.
I don't like that decision. I think Shipper Suicide would do a lot of work this game. She completely wrecks Hagen lane.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I think Magnus would be fine. Magnus might take a little more damage, but if he can steam back the HoN, then he could probably be okay as well. I'm a little worried about Shipper with Lego ganks, because even if he gets a ward up, if it gets countered, he's in some trouble, having no mobility.
Yeah, that's true, but he's actually really good versus Legio, since Legio has to go charge him in the face.
That's true, and he can...
Shipper is like, rocket, and then bye-bye.
Oh look, your charge stopped. That's interesting.
So, it's too bad. I think the draft would have been so godlike.
Yeah.
But it's still really good though.
I mean, it is still good, and Chipper should have just a fine time against this Plague Rider in the bottom lane, but Plague Rider's not going to get forced out in the same way that he would if it were a dual lane bot. I mean, if Torture were down here, Plague Rider would get destroyed. There's nothing Plague can do, especially because level 1, he's got the Extinguish, so Torture is just like, you have nothing to do at all against me. So, good luck, buddy. I suppose the advantage is they will do a decent job of shutting this Hag out, which is nice.
I mean, they're still gonna have lanes that are in their favor, in my opinion. This Magnus is gonna fine mid, I think. He's actually taking a lot of damage at the moment.
He will be okay. He's gonna have to play relatively passive. I don't think Magnus is the greatest dual 2v1 laner, just because he's not that tanky early on. But I mean, the Parasite's gonna be huge in this game as well, because if he can, you know, gank Plague Rider, obviously a pretty easy hero to gank in general, and then having the Chipper burst damage on top of that, he can gank mid, go for the Rhapsody and or Kraken, depending on who's particularly low or out of position. But Epic Slacker should have a nice time. He actually is in the aggro woods here. He's gonna start screwing with his Legionnaire, I assume, at some point.
But he's walking past the ward.
Yep.
A really good ward. Placed by Hellborn. Or All-Star Mac.
He plays a lot of Glacius.
Yeah.
And
I love that here.
Parasite, the only concern I have about this is he's going to make Legionnaire's jungle easier in some respects. Because, especially early on, I mean, Lego wants to get those big creeps dead. But Parasite, I mean, they often do a lot more damage to him than it's worth. Because, like, especially a Catmian champion or a Vagabond leader or something like that, they hit pretty damn hard. And you're not going to get a ton of spins off because they don't attack that fast. Meanwhile, Parasite actually could be in some trouble. Hastened Rhapsody coming through, and the Staccatos are there. Does Kraken... Lego has Taunt. He does have Infest, and he should get inside of the creep. So, Parasite says, yeah, alright, you tried to kill me, and didn't get particularly close because, you know, I'm Parasite. So, Lego gonna have some issues here. But I don't think the Parasite's really the best anti-Legionnaire jungler.
I agree.
So, I guess the advantage he does...
Range here a lot better.
Yeah, there's
like,
that.
Yeah, Ophelia.
Right. The advantage he does have is if Legionnaire gets low, which he is wont to do thanks to all the damage he takes from creep camps, Parasite has burst damage and could come through with the creep.
Yeah. The thing Parasite does is just he's limiting Legio to a small part of the forest.
Right.
And like you say, he's gonna be afraid to get low.
Now they do have
to cut on his... What?
They do have the Ward of Sight, so hopefully Legionnaire will be able to keep an eye on Parasite and won't be in too much trouble. As long as he plays this right, he actually shouldn't be in that much danger, but it's... As long as he plays this right is not necessarily something that you can count on. Because we see plenty of people playing things wrong. Middle lane Magnus getting pretty much completely boxed out here. Here he is at 140 gold per minute, so he's got a couple of CS, but looks like Kraken is having a much better time at 360 GPM. In the bottom lane, Chipper is doing kind of bad. 224 gold per minute up against a Plague Rider who's at 180 GPM. I'm kind of surprised that random or what on this Chipper is not doing all that well. And Parasite could actually be in some trouble here, as he's going to get charged. And no taunt there, but a nice two-man stun. And they'll get the Bloodlust onto Slop, losing the Legionnaire. Parasite just barely going to survive. One more auto attack from Hag. Yeah, actually, the Sonar Scream will finish him off, so ends up being a 1-for-1. And now all of a sudden, Malakin is not in the greatest of positions. Has a sword throw back up in a couple of seconds, but Rhapsody's looking to cut him off with staccato stuns. And I wouldn't be surprised if Malakin falls here. Double damage rune actually is taken by Rap, and he's going to be slowed down, but he gets into the woods. Here comes a teleport from middle, and it looks like somebody's going to be able to cut him off. Yes, Legionnaire is there.
Oh,
Stun Magum! Yes! There we go. And Malakin, man. Shouldn't be alive, but is.
Yeah, what a play.
I really think Rhapsody messed that up. She shouldn't have used her second staccato until after he went to the sword. And she maybe shouldn't have used any of them until after he went to the sword, because he was going to have issues getting the sword through.
He was just standing still, so the stun wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think Malakin should have run that way either. He could have just run top and
yeah,
no problem as well.
So.
Ooh, I gotta say though, Torture specking Agonizing Bonds, I do not like that at all.
I think it's purely because Hag is not going to take impalement damage. And they want to force him out of lane. I mean, with the lane, especially with the lane pushed up, Torture's not exactly going to do a ton of damage with impalement. And if they want to take the tower, that would work, and they probably could put a fair bit of pressure on him, actually.
I'm pretty sure they're going to want to, though, like, for in the game.
Yeah.
And Agonizing Bond is pretty much just a nuke. That's not even going to be maxed, so you're gonna get it quite late, and I don't like it on support at all. On farming Torture is fine, but not on support. Because you really need to get that impediment. It does so much in early team fights as well.
Are you super close to your mic now or something? Because you sound a little weird.
I had a pen in my mouth.
Ah!
I'll remove it. Oh, the Bat Blast!
Yeah, in the top lane, but Legionnaire is actually invis, and he will put the taunt down onto Torture. We'll see if he actually dies here. Chain reactions do not hit, and with the Sonar Scream there, it looks like that's going to be a pretty easy kill. Charge helping to finish him off. So Lego actually is level 3 charge, so he does choose to go for the max charge build, which reduces damage taken. So the theory there being you can survive longer in the jungle. Based on the expert what you got theory, though, actually maxing charge is not the correct build. You do want to get some levels into spin, which I agree with, because this is going to impede Legionnaire's ability to farm. It's going to keep him alive longer, but creeps won't die as fast. And two ways to prevent damage are to reduce the amount of damage you take and to kill stuff that's hurting you.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I do prefer
think he plays a little bit different from what...
Yeah, that's true. Since he's not really going to strict farm anyway. Eruption going to go off in the middle lane, and we'll kill Rhapsody and Kraken, as Parasite comes in at pretty much exactly the right time. But no charge to stop the Mag ulti. I'm kind of surprised. I guess it doesn't stop it, because it doesn't stun, technically, but it should move him. I don't know. Either way. 2 big kills. And Telechubbies off to another early lead, 3-2.
Yeah, and they have a really snowbally team as well.
Yeah, and bottom lane Chipper will get picked off, so speaking of the snowball, Chipper does not look like he's going to be a part of it.
No. And that's kinda... Chipper is one of those heroes that you really want to snowball. You want him to get that early farm, and to just crush his lane, because he can just ride the wave of farm he gets.
Yeah.
Put so much pressure on all the lanes, and he hasn't even rotated once, so trying to set up a kill. I don't like it, I gotta say.
I actually think that it should be other heroes that are rotating bottom to try to set up kills, especially because Flay Rider is so damn easy to kill, and because Chipper doesn't move all that well. It's not like Magnus was doing a ton in the middle lane. You know, he wasn't getting much out of that. Trying to kill Rhapsody would have been fine. I suppose Kraken would have been difficult because, of course, he's tanky and has charge, but either way...
Well, as you said, though, they seem to be moving bottom to do exactly what you said. Try to set up a kill.
Hag is here now, so it's a lot less effective. Flay Rider is also here, so maybe they will be able to kill him. If it's going to be Hag down here, it's going to be hard to take him out. Parasite is level 7, though, so they will
He
have
blinked
the...
in.
Oh, yeah. And
Go,
the
go.
face hug. Yep, that's going to silence him out. Get him. Rockets
Rockets.
will all
Nice.
hit. Yeah. And they're going to draw 2 teleports as well. Plague Rider looking for an ultimate, but won't find the opportunity. And Parasite, they do realize exactly who's coming in. Parasite, in fact, is going to teleport out, so he will be fine.
They should go on this Legion. Ah.
Actually, no, I like their decision not to. I mean, they killed the Hag, so that's a good gold boost. And then they're going to force TP rotation from 2 heroes, which puts TPs on cooldown, and it's a waste of 270 gold. Because they're not farming as efficiently as they would elsewhere, especially Kraken, who's just sitting here. So now, they're getting them to waste time while Chipper's in the woods, and Parasite's
I
in the woods
completely
there
get what you mean, and I also think that it wasn't a bad decision to go back. But if they told Malikan and Magnus to TP bottom, they would have a 3 free kills. 100%.
Yep, and maybe they'll get them
That-
anyway, as there goes the stun
Yeah.
onto Legionnaire. Nice Chipper ultimate will help finish that off. Torture will die in response, but they've used both the Plague Carrier and their release
the
from
rockets.
Chipper. Rocket's not going to connect, and now Chipper might be in some trouble. There goes the face hug onto Plague Rider. Magma's coming back in, looking
Seals
for a
it.
stun onto somebody. Will only hit the Kraken, actually, so they're not really sure who they want to go for here. Parasite trying to chase down this Plague Rider. Has the Blood Chalice. The Leech is there in a second. Plague Rider with the jukes. Plague Rider with the jukes. No!
my God.
Plague Rider! No! No!
What?
No! No! Plague Rider!
Oh no.
That hurts! And Magnus won't be able to disjoint the turret, as it does follow him. But, oh, that is bad. He should have been real dead.
I guess he doesn't know what you need to. What you need to do there is just to press A on the ground.
Yeah.
Because then as soon as you see them, your hero will automatically hit him.
Yep.
And it's impossible to nuke that.
Yeah.
Sadly, Parasite doesn't know about that.
Oh,
Kinda shame.
that
I think
sucks.
you should do. If you're playing Gold, you should know that.
Yeah, anyway, middle lane, they will be able to get Kraken up. There goes the charge, and then Magnus Eruption. We'll be able to finish him off. Yes, Torture gonna get the last auto attack. Looks like Magnus can be in some trouble as well. Rhapsody is getting some aggression, but she'll actually be fine. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Nice gank there from the Legion side, but it does get turned around on with excellent rotation from Twisted Fusion, as well as the teleport coming in. And they need to do more of that, as they're getting ganked pretty heavily, and this Legion side is gonna keep trying to gank them. So as long as they can rotate appropriately, they should be fine.
Yeah. Good response.
Malikan at top lane has basically been free farming this entire time, and he's only got 290 GPM. Seems like should be higher.
Yeah, probably should. But it's really hard to play carry long lane. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Kirsten hasn't really been in lane that much. And you also had to run around the mid. That Duke. That
Right.
took like 1 minute. So I guess
True.
that's why his farm is a bit down.
And they don't
But
have any
Malikan
wards.
recovers farm pretty
Yeah,
fast.
no, he'll be fine. Especially if they stack Ancients more than what they're doing now. And Curson finally putting a ward of sight up in this top river, so before that he did not have really any vision, and therefore, of course, has played a little more passive, even with his sword throw and ultimate.
Oh, but why doesn't he kill them outside? Oh,
I don't know.
the Predators, it's not hard. Just go to the cliff.
Maybe he wants to send a message.
Doesn't even need the extra KPM.
And to the ancients that will spawn in the future, he wants to show them, look at it, this is your family, I killed them.
I own you.
Anyway,
What I would like this Legion to do now is just triple sack the ancients, and as soon as they're tripled, either Magnus or Malikan just goes and clears them.
yeah.
Because they have 2 really good ancient clearers, and you really need to abuse that.
And bottom lane, Plague Rider gonna eat a whole bunch of rockets, and he will die as well, so... It's too bad. Salem's first death of the game, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a good game. You really need a good farm on Plague to do anything.
Top lane possession is used by Malikan to help finish off the Hag, so a couple of nice kills there from Telechubbies once again. And, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it's taken them 14 minutes to kill this Plague Rider.
Yeah.
Feels like he should have died at least 2 or 3 times by now.
Yeah, he's done a really good job not feeding, but at the same time, he doesn't really have any farm.
Yeah, no, he's fine. 200 GPM suicide. I'm okay with that.
But I get what you mean, but it pretty much was a 1 versus 1.
It was, that's true.
On a hero that can't recover farm at all.
Also true.
Or Malikan?
Rhapsody? No. Oh, I'm not really sure why he would try to go in on that. That seems like a terrible idea.
Yep.
With no health, no ultimate, and up against a Rhapsody. So there you go. Now he's killing them outside of the
Yeah,
base.
wow, Malikan. It's like he heard me.
Oh, but now he's going to wait because he wants to make sure he gets the stack off. There we go.
Nice.
Big plays. Parasite going to finish up his puzzle box here. Over inside. Yeah, pushing mid, yeah.
Oh, Hellborn, yeah.
One of them teams. It's hard to keep track.
Are we gonna get the deny? Yeah.
Yep. No. Magnus is big.
Well played.
I say the only concern I do have is Hellborn side is starting to pick up vestments. We got one Plague Rider, Kraken, and Legionnaire. Legion's early game damage is entirely magical.
Yeah.
Like, I mean that's true for a lot of teams. It's not like it's completely out of the ordinary for that sort of thing to happen. Anyway, Malikan gonna get taunted here by Lego, and a nice 3-man Lava Surge there from Magnus. Will get the eruption off as well. Hellborn side losing 3 heroes right off the bat, but Legion's losing 2 of their own. Magnus in a lot of trouble. He might actually fall here. Yep, looks like last couple of auto attacks. Kraken is hasted. He's going to be able to chase down this mag. He gets stunned out, but that's not going to be enough. And Flat Blast comes there through from Wretched Hag, who bought back, actually. Will help also finish off the shipper. Now Parasite out of creeps to infest, trying to run away, taking a whole bunch of auto attack damage from this Wretched Hag, and Kraken's haste is going to wear off. He doesn't want to go against the Parasite. He doesn't have a face hug, but still could hurt him, so that he will survive. And ends up being a, what, 4 for 3 in favor of Hellborn?
Yep. But they got the buyback.
They did get a buyback out of Hag.
So, and that's a pretty huge buyback, to be honest. If this game goes late game, you want to have buybacks on your hard carry.
Yep. Although if this game goes late game, I'm worried about the Hellborn side in general, because they're playing against a Malikan.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I honestly do think their buybacks are better used early on to try to stop the snowball and shut down the Parasite and the shipper in particular, so that this doesn't go for 45 minutes, because if that happens, then Malikan gonna be a problem. And to be fair, so is the rest of the Legion team. I mean, Magma's always good, Parasite remains viable, Torture becomes more and more scary, Chipper actually scales better than he should, it feels like, but
he does, yeah, and he's going a really good build. But them strats goes, most of the times, he either goes a really supportive build, like he goes Astrolabe and Sacrificial Stone and Tablet, or he goes Carry Shipper, and that's where you go like Blink, Staff, Health Flower, and you can kill anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody dies from that.
Legionnaire going to take triple Ancients here. Should be pretty easy, especially the dance floor. Rocket might scout that, actually. I'm not sure exactly what he saw and what he didn't. There we go. Now we saw a whole bunch. Parasite coming in with a Wild Hunter, but I don't think there's too much he can do. Maybe he can jump the Rhapsody, but that's pretty risky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he would die if he did that, probably.
Instead, choosing just to hang out, spot out what the hell they're doing. Legionnaire going to help get his portal key here, so he's going for portal key after Helm and after Vestments, which I like, as Kraken already has his PK. So Lego's initiation potential at this point isn't all that great, but it'll get a lot better soon, and more importantly, he won't immediately die after he portal keys in, because he doesn't have any tank abilities. Right?
Yeah. I agree with you. They already have initiation on Kraken, so
Right.
like it's great to have it on Luigi as well, because he does so much more with it, but they already have a hero that can fulfill that role in the meantime, while he farms the Blink.
Right. And presumably Blink will be his next item, as he's got 1350 gold, and I can't imagine what the hell else he'd be buying. Kraken, meanwhile, has had good farm. He's a little bit further behind than he was in the laning phase at 360 GPM, because he's just currently sitting at 330, but he does have a portal key and investments. Going to be difficult to deal with in this game. On the other hand, Let Us Hope is not at 500 GPM, so there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely feels like Twisted Fusion are more in this game than they were last game. And, I mean, last game they finished with, what, 4 hero kills at the end?
Yeah.
And they already have 9, so at least that's
yeah,
going
they
better.
already beat them the last game.
More than double. So impressive.
The only, yeah, I think it's going well for them. The only issue is that Tag doesn't really have any farm.
Yeah. I think it's going okay. I'm not sure if I'd say well. Like, I mean, they're definitely a lot more in this game than they were last game.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I would much rather be on the Legion side than Hellborn, but
Yeah. I mean,
they can definitely win this compared to last game,
Right.
where they were kind of out of it pretty quickly.
even if they didn't think so. Vagabond leader, of course, trying to stack this camp with a word of Rev from the Hellborn side is going to block the Ancients, and that's going to slow down Malakin's attempts to get farms. Killing towers in the middle lane will help, though, but Torture is going to fall for it, so trades his life for a tower. That's fine. Especially mid-tower. Preventing the deny is always good.
Yeah.
And on a support, it's not that big a deal anyway.
Don't say that. I don't know if you noticed, but me and Maggot said on HoNcast that support usually don't have a big impact on games. I was so mad.
I mean, that's not true. Supports have enormous impact on game. It's just a lot harder to see.
Yeah, it's not true, and it's mean, and yep.
Are you okay, Clock? I don't know. Feels like you were deeply hurt by Mini Mega's words. You can get him to apologize to if you want. He was a support player too in IREX, so
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell
I
he's
don't know
talking
what
about.
I don't know what that says about his supporting.
Apparently not very much.
No.
It wasn't too much to talk about from Mini Mega support, I guess. We're gonna push this bottom tier 1. And Legion's not gonna push the top tier 1, so perhaps both teams gonna trade short lane towers. The difference is Hellborn are trying to defend their tier 1 a little bit with the Righteous Bang, and the bottom tower will go down without a fight. Magnus, meantime, is pushing middle lane, actually. It's weird. Like, I mean, Legion don't really seem super interested in getting aggressive. Like,
In what?
and getting aggressive and trying to kill people. Like the last several minutes, they've been very passive and very defensive.
Yeah, I don't know why. I really would like it if they just went into 4+1 mode. Malakan just hardcore farms, while the rest of the team just owns their jungle. Just look for pickups 24/7. Because they can kill anyone on their team. Now they're backing off top. Should be spotter bottom. If Hellborn was aware of this, they gonna have the top tower for free.
And they must be, because they saw him top, and now he's bot. And it took
Yeah.
way too little time, so they have to know that he did teleport. And it looks like that's how they're playing it. And let's just see if Magnus goes for something here. He does have a portal key and a level 2 eruption. With a glyph for fortification now, it looks like they want to actually defend this tier 1 tower.
Hellborn had destroyed a Legion tower.
Which, I think that's the right call. I mean, they're down in numbers without Chipper, so I'm more concerned about why Chipper was bottom.
I'm also quite concerned by their 4 people doing nothing at the tower.
It's true too.
Imagine if they were mid now, taking that tower.
Right. I mean, they could,
Oh.
if not force the back from the Legion, from Hellborn, then they would at least kill it. One of those two things. Full Shamans on Plague Rider, so wouldn't be surprising if he goes for the Barrier Idol.
Oh. Gotta say that I hate that. I don't like Barrier at all.
I would prefer the Astrolabe, but in the meantime, actually, Lego going to jump right on top of Malikan, and they will crush him. Dunk not really necessary, but it does go down. Plague Rider ultimate doing a lot, and the Rhapsody really helping to save a whole bunch of damage, and Torture also going to be in some trouble. Arsenal finally does die off the back. Kraken is going to get killed by Chipper as well, and over here, it looks like Torture will fall. In the meantime, Legionnaire going to get jumped by both Chipper and Magmus, but now Magmus is in some trouble. Last couple of attacks from Hag will finish him off. Slot Please on the Legionnaire does still die, and now Chipper going to get chased down by the rest of the Hellborn team, and actually Salem on the Plague Rider will finish him off. Trying to take tower aggro to save Plague Rider, but not even all that necessary, as PR is just fine. So the jump from Hellborn, much better. And they managed to get a genocide, losing only 3 of their heroes.
Really well executed. They used everything on him, but
yeah,
like it's fine.
And wanted to prevent that ulti from coming out, at which point he could turn it.
I think, yeah, this was the issue with their team last game, that they, like, their initiation always failed. So I guess this time they just wanted to make sure he died, and I think that's absolutely the right decision from them. I mean, if Malikan would have been able to get his shrunk enough there, that would have been so bad.
If he drops Shrunken and the Possession and goes to Life Essence, then all of a sudden with the Whispering Helm and the Life Essence, he's feeling a ton of damage. Hellborn Zale is going to give him a crap ton of attack speed, so he could absolutely turn that around. And they were all grouped up, so the splash auto attacks could have been another issue.
But Hellborn is actually ahead now.
Indeed they are.
And Hag has finished his Grimmer, so yeah. Looking good.
It's decent timing. 360 GPM on him. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time they've had a lead basically this entire series, I think.
I think so as well.
So we're about an hour into it collectively. And yet, it took them this long to get any sort of advantage. Anyway, meantime, Dunk onto Torture, and he will die. So, Lego getting a little more aggressive, 4-3 and 7, 347 GPM. Kraken also getting up there at 360 gold per minute, and Wretched Hag at 360 as well. Looks like Kongor is going to be the focus now. Kraken pick up a Shrunken Head. It's going to be really, really good against the Legion team. Really, really, really good. Rocket looks like they'll spot out the Kongor attempt, but they can't really do anything about this. Mid lane just illusions. So
I really think they should contest it, but I mean it's only their support. That's that.
Yeah.
Kongor has been slain.
I mean, all of
The Legion
Hellborn's
have destroyed
ultis
a
were
Hellborn
up,
tower.
except for the decapitate, I guess. But yeah, choosing to counter push.
But I mean,
instead.
if they don't think they can win a team fight, they probably would have lost the game right there. So I get the reasoning.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I think Telechubbies played amazingly well last game. They played very, very well in the beginning. Well, they played very well in the beginning of this game as well, but last 10 minutes or so, their decision-making seems like it's been a little bit off. They haven't really been sure about what they want to do. Yeah. For a team, this should be active. I mean, they should be jumping people like this Russian Hag and not missing lava surges.
No, no.
Magnus.
That was token. Ah, too bad.
Yep. And now Hag is gonna maintain her token, and that could turn into a push for Hellborn. But it's 14 to 16 hero kill advantage for the Hellborn side. And warding Both teams pretty heavy around the Kong War pits and this river, and some fair bit of counter wars as well. Top rune is controlled by the Legion side, as I think, does that ward actually see it?
What ward?
The Curson ward at the top. It should. Like, that placement usually sees the rune, but with the shadows,
I always believed that it haven't, but I talked to Simon, I think yesterday, and he plays that rune, and he said that it did actually see the rune, so I guess it does.
Huh?
I always just place it a bit further down.
Yeah, me too.
Just for safety.
Right. And also, Curson with a mid lane ward, so the river is pretty well controlled by the Legion side, but
destroyed a Legion tower.
Other than that, not too much. They will trade towers right here. That's
Good.
Looking like they want to keep pushing. And they can absolutely do that. They have the token. Kraken is way in the back, picking up something. Is it teleport? Yeah. I guess he did not have a teleport. Rhapsody also without a teleport, but the rest of the Hellborn side have theirs. Icon of the Goddess on Legionnaire.
Oh, Staff Inc.
Yes, Chipper also doing a staff, but
No, but I mean Allegio. He's gonna go with after the icon. Because you need some kind of mana sustain,
Yeah,
and since you trigger icon while you decapitate anyone,
yeah.
bit of synergy. Yep. I think it's gonna be a bit hard for them to push uphill though. I actually don't like this. I think they can take the auto towers instead for free.
Yeah. I mean, they don't really have the greatest pushing team in the world.
Yeah.
The Plague Rider armor is going to help out with whoever gets up there and starts to tank the damage, so maybe they're just going to try to take this super slow and annoying. Anyway, Eruption coming through onto a couple and cracking it to take 100 damage, but he pops a shrunken head, and the Rhapsody ultimate actually wasn't in range of it, so he will die. Mortinian on the Magnus will also fall. Looks like Parasite going to die as well. Legionnaire gonna get feared out, and he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. As will he take the death? The Gift of the Goddess is doing a lot of heal right here, but he's gonna port to the sword throw, and it looks like Lego gonna die as well. Meanwhile, now they're gonna chase down this Rhapsody, but 3 heroes focusing on Chipper. Looks like Playwrighter is in a ton of trouble. He's gonna fall. Chipper should be the next on the list, as Rutschlag will finish him off. Rhapsody is gonna be able to get away from this Malakin. He's actually a sword throw down the hill, and he should be okay. Person coming back in. Actually, he didn't die. Will he kill Hag? Yeah, but he takes the death as well. So Hag losing the token right there. Not sure if that was worth it. I think it wasn't.
I'm gonna check how long time he did have left.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much time he had left either. So if it was a relatively short thing, it was fine.
It was only 50 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So then I like it.
That's fine. Yep.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do another push with it. So
Right.
we trip well and a kill.
Well, that's good then. Hellborn side coming through with another strong team fight as they pick off everybody except for that Malakin. And they lose pretty much just Lego token and Plague Rider for it. No, Kraken died as well. Yes. Kraken died as well. So, sort of 4 for 4, but since one team had token, they win.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they came out ahead. I think it's quite even. I mean, Malakin didn't die as well.
That's true.
And the kills on Malakin is what you want.
That's true. And they also didn't get too much damage on this top tower, so it's not like they got a lot out of that team fight anyway. That's a fair point.
Yeah. Thank you. How kind.
Hey, I'm perfectly willing to adjust my opinion if somebody makes a reasonable argument.
Oh, that's the first time you said it.
Is that?
Is that?
I don't think so.
What does that mean, Quincy? Okay, maybe not first time.
I don't know. I've gotten shit in the past for being excessively stubborn, which is probably still true, but hopefully a little bit less true than it used to be. So they see this Legionnaire because there's a Word of Sight and a Parasite on top of him.
He's walking past all of the words.
And I see Hag, so
Let's see.
I see everything.
What do the Legion want to do, though?
I mean, I vote fight. I don't really know why Hellborn is trying to fight without a token. I think...
I
Well-
actually think the window is past now. Like, if Malkin was farmed, yeah, go fight. But he's not really farmed. He's not really taken off at the moment. It's only 340 GPM.
Yeah, if they're just
Well-
taking outer towers, I think they're fine. But if they want to push base, I'd like a token.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I was talking about Legion.
Oh!
I
Yeah.
thought you said... okay.
Okay, I think Hellborn are doing fine taking outer towers. If they want to push base, they should have a token.
Yep,
If I'm
I agree.
Legion,
Hellborn had destroyed a Legion
I guess
tower.
I want to fight this? I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess losing your outer towers, at this point, it's better than losing the game because you took a bad team fight, so you want to force them in the uphill, because that's where you're going to have them.
Yeah. Oh, I hope Hellborn goes and take mid, because they already know that Legion isn't interesting in defending in the towers.
Yeah.
It should be the QTS go take another one.
The side here,
We'll
actually,
see
they will
if they-
jump onto Legionnaire, but the Parasite also kind of wants to get the Plague Rider in the background. First thing to die right off the bat. Malkin can take all his damage. Bat Blast was eaten by the Shrunken Head, though, and the Plague Rider ultimate bouncing around. Will hit the creeps. Ultimate from Rhapsody going to save a whole bunch of damage from this Malkin, and he's basically doing nothing. This fight, the Life Essence is keeping him alive. Finally, they get locked down long enough to get killed. And 2 heroes dead, as the jump from the Legion side was not coordinated, and it wasn't particularly great. As for some reason, Magnus wanted to focus the Legionnaire, which makes no sense to me.
Oh, I don't know. That's the completely wrong target.
Yep. That is the last target you for focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now Lego gonna have 6 charges on his icon, so some pretty nice regen there for him.
Yeah.
And Magnus is back up. So the Legion side all respawning except for Malakin. And they're going to train all the eruption. You're going to come through onto the Wretched Hag, but she'll be able to blink away just fine. Now Magnus going to be in some trouble as he gets charged into the trees. In the background over here, the Legionnaire taking a fair bit of damage from the tower, the Chipper, and the Torture. Actually, he's going to fall. So it's kind of surprising that they managed to take him down. Kraken, meanwhile, getting stunned out by Magnus off the side. Has no mana, so cannot charge. And it looks like he's also going to die. So they don't even need Malakin, man. It's an effective hold.
Well, what happened? I don't know.
I don't either, to be honest.
I really felt like Hellborn had that fight. Magnus
think-
missed his stun.
I think it's because all their ultis are on cooldown.
I guess.
I mean, they had no release of Kraken, they had no Plague Carrier, no Bat Blast, no Rhapsody Ultimate. No
Did you
Decapitate.
see who
Oh, that's not so much.
Legion went for?
I think he basically
He must
just
have
took a whole
been
bunch of tower
pretty-
damage, and he was sort of on the Chipper and the Torture. But I think he took enough damage that he couldn't portal key in, so he couldn't really get anybody.
Oh. Yeah. I guess that's why those the fight a bit of communication issue.
Yeah. I think it's...
Kraken was the... I think Kraken played really well going for Magnus when he didn't have stun anymore.
Right,
If he had any kind of follow-up on that, he would have been dead.
probably.
That fight probably would have been a bit different.
I still think they would have lost it.
nevertheless,
I mean, they don't have enough cooldown. They didn't have any of their cooldowns up. And this Hellborn side has really 5 excellent teamfight ultimates. So, and they don't have their ultis available. Their teamfight is kind of terrible. Legion side, I mean, boosted Chipper ulti, 45-second cooldown. Facehug obviously relatively short. Eruption's not even that long, 100 seconds at level 3, and Possession's at 60 seconds. So compare that to Plague Rider ultimates, also 60 seconds. 90 seconds, actually 105 right now for Rhapsody. Bat Blast is at 135 seconds. Release the Kraken also at 90 seconds. So the cycle for the Legion side is much shorter than it is for Hellborn.
I agree with you, but it was a 4 versus 5 fight.
It was
and
one,
one
yeah.
of the heroes was insanely out of position.
Yeah.
And that's usually enough to win most fights, in my opinion.
No, I agree. They probably should have at least done better, if not won that fight on Twisted Fusion side, but
Yeah.
hey, Telechubbies
Well, yeah,
got a good
maybe.
jump.
I'm not sure that they would have won it. It's really hard to tell. But
Yeah.
I mean, they could have gotten at least 1 or 2 counter kills. I feel.
It felt like there should have been more that they got out of that than having 2 deaths and being forced to back off the tower. Once again, this Word of Sight's spotting everybody, so Kirsten apparently knows exactly where the Hellborn team is going to walk, and they do finally get a Word of Rev down to counter it, as they realize pretty quickly they keep managing to back off when we run through that spot, so let's do something about it.
Yeah.
And this
They're
Word of
probably
Rev
looking
does
to
not
Conquer
count.
soon.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to de-ward here
guess-
to make sure that the Legion side don't have vision, so that they can conquer. But they're
look-
missing the one in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
And Legion side, I think, appropriately realized Hellborn's ultimates are up. Let's not fight, because that seems to keep going badly for us.
What I would like to see now, though, is Malikan. Okay, he's going top, but I feel like if he just were there, like he could have been there 1 minute ago, just pushing the wave, and then he could have cleared their whole forest and just
And release
straight
Dragon on
to-
two here. Kirsten gonna get wrecked right off the bat, but the Shrunken Head is up from Magnus off the background. They're trying to get somebody, but really is spreading a whole bunch of damage. Rhapsody actually not even taking all that much pressure. Magnus will be able to port a key away, and Parasite could be in some trouble as he's in the Wizard, but he'll get forced out of it, and Parasite gonna fall here as well. So they managed to pick off both the Torture and the Parasite in that team fight. And Legionnaire eating the Mauler, so it can't do any more damage to his friend Rhapsody.
Okay.
But once
Yeah, when he
again,
pushes up the top wave, you can't take a fight.
yeah.
So that's not what you want.
I mean, the Legion really cannot fight outside of 5 at this point, unless they're just solo picking somebody. And
They're getting really tanky now. Kraken has 1.8k life. Legio 2.3. Hag 2.1. Really hard to get them down.
yeah,
Like, Parasite bought back, and they're gonna try to defend this, and Hellborn is backing up. Taking Ancients instead.
yeah. I mean, I don't think they can do Gongor right now. Actually, they might be able to jump onto this Parasite. He is running away. Magnus will be able to stun out 2, actually. And Wretched Hag and Pop the Shrunken Head should be okay. Rhapsody ultimate in the background. It is party time, but not doing actually a lot to save the Legionnaire, and the Release Kraken will be able to kill All-Star Mac. But that's just about... No, sorry. What am I talking about? Release Kraken can kill somebody. Curse in the background, Torture falling. Anyway, Legionnaire and Salem on the Plague Rider and Rhapsody all dying. So, Pause coming through. Interesting. So that was a strange team fight, and then they paused. I don't know what happened. Obviously, we skipped straight through it, so any all-chat that happened, I would assume somebody maybe DC'd, but I couldn't really tell who, if it was. It seemed like everybody was in that fight.
No.
Yeah. Lag spike,
I mean, you
perhaps?
missed the chat as well.
Right. So,
Legio's in.
yeah, Legio really wants something here. Sheepstick actually onto Malikan, as Russian Hag has that on top of her Shrunken Head. Malikan now going to be in a lot of trouble, and he'll die, so Conquer attempt from the Legion side is not going to be successful. Hellborn team will clean this up. Porky away from Magnus, he'll be fine. So we'll see if they now are finally able to kill this Conquer, and it looks like they should be able to. Lego still with 5 icon charges, so he's not really taken off in that respect.
Kongor has been slain.
And Twisted Fusion gonna give the token to Wretched Hag, no huge surprise there. Although, honestly, I'm not sure if Hag is the best token carrier on this team. I kind of feel like it should be Lego.
Who else? Legio?
Yeah.
If he had staff, I would get it. Because then when he comes up, you can just keep going ham on them.
Hag actually could be in some trouble here. Pops the Shrunken Head though, and might look to try to turn this around onto the Chipper. We'll get the Release Dragon onto 2. Chipper gonna die here right off the bat, as Hag is just standing her ground. We'll finally blink away as the Shrunken Head wears off. There goes the stun in from Magnus Plague Carrier. They do a whole bunch of damage. If it kills the Mauler though, he's dead, and they will take the token away from Wretched Hag. And that's gonna be it, so. Well, I guess it's a good thing they put the token on Hag there. But to be fair, I don't think Hag should have died, so.
No.
I mean, I feel like Hag's got Blink, and she's tanky enough at this point. I mean, she's got 2200 health and a shrunken head. So, if she dies in these fights, it's probably her fault. And you compare that to Legionnaire, who's the initiator, which means he's going to be taking a whole bunch of upfront damage, and he's forcing everybody to
The
attack him.
Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Going to be taking a whole bunch of damage from that.
But to be honest, Legion started the fight and yeah.
That's true.
I mean, it was still a really good fight for Hellborn. They got 3 for 0, or 3 for token,
2, 3?
including their
Okay,
carry. And
I got 2.
Mania's decreased in GP ammo.
Yeah, he's really not taken off at any point. 315 GPM, and I mean, he's basically hovered around that 300 gold per minute mark for this entire game, so hasn't been the most useful carry. He will be going for a Symbol of Rage here, on top of the Insanitarius and Shrunken Head, so I'm fine with that. He's going to be real difficult to kill.
Yeah, I like the art as well, but
Symbol, not
I
hard.
just really think he should have more farm right now. I don't get it why he doesn't have more farm. Like,
Well,
it's 45 minutes into the game.
Yeah. And Legion actually going to jump onto Chipper, but that's not going to be the greatest thing. Possession actually go off in the background. Elusive Kraken on top of Maligan, he can take a bunch of damage, and there goes Rhapsody. Not really in the greatest position though to save everybody. She dies, and actually didn't even eat all that much damage. Legion side getting a couple of kills right off the bat. Now they're running away. Sheepstick goes onto Chipper over here. They're trying to finish off this Legionnaire. Sword Throw going to go through, and he's kind of low. He's finally going to die. Over here, actually, Kraken also going to fall, so that's going to be a 4 for 1, as Lego immediately buys back, ports in. We'll see if Hag can survive this. No, she cannot, as the rocket puts her in the face. Lego should be able to get the dunk onto Chipper at some point. Yep, he does, and that'll be nice. So the buyback does something there. Hag also buying back, and now trying to kill this Malikan, but won't be able to do so as he just ports away. So, 2 buybacks there, and they do get the counter kill into Chipper, but Hag's out of buybacks, Legionnaire's out of buybacks, Kraken's got 1. This could hurt him later.
Yeah. Oof. They're really greedy with their buybacks.
Yeah.
Second time Hag bought back without really getting anything for it.
Send him a quick PM on Twitch there, sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, so Hellborn is still in the advantage. And they have 474 GPM on this Red Tag. They've got the Golden Experience lead, they have the kill lead, and they have the Hellborn advantage. Next to Kongor will be Bananas. So, they have a fair number of things going for them. And yet, they're not winning these team fights. And I don't know why.
Well, last team fight, the initiation from Slot Police wasn't just very good.
Yeah.
Neither Hag or Kraken were close enough to do any follow-up. And by the time the taunt had expired, Chipper, they weren't even close enough to auto-attack him. He just ran away.
Yeah, and Parasite could actually be in some trouble with a 2-man Lava Surge coming in from Magnus. And we'll see if they can actually turn this onto anything. Parasite getting the Sheepstick out as well, but here comes Malikan with the possession on to 3 in the background. Rhapsody ultimate barely catching, who was that? Hag at the end, but they managed to kill Rhapsody and Legionnaire. Now Hag is in a lot of trouble. Trouble with the Black Blast onto several, but the Parasite, minions, and creeps eating a Plague Carrier, so Rex Leavenworth side trying to run away. Here comes Kraken, he's going to get jumped. If he tries to charge away, he's going to die. Release the Kraken, actually not doing very much in the background. Chipper just pounding in the auto attacks, and push book forward. One more auto attack will kill him. Nope, Rocket's there, all of them miss. He just blows them up with the Saw Blades, and that'll be the end of that fight. As in the background, Hag looks like he has actually trying to do something onto this Parasite. But I'm not really sure if that's the greatest plan in the world. Actually, it might be. He will get the... Yep, that was what I was concerned about.
No. Boo.
I don't know why he did that. Parasite's kind of tanky here. Like, he's not just a easy kill.
No.
And he's going for a Sheepstick himself. So...
Even though it's even, I feels like Legion are quite ahead at the moment.
I mean, they keep winning these
They
team
won.
fights, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, the GPM charts, they're relatively even. They have 3 heroes at like almost exactly the same gold per minute, and then Chipper doing pretty well on his own. Helmut is still slightly up in gold, and they've got this hag that has all this farm, and yet she doesn't seem to be doing all that much. And they're gonna kill a tier 3. So
Yeah. Whoa.
I are confused.
Same. No. They need to kill the Malikan. If they jump the Malikan, he's going to die.
Yeah.
And then they don't really have a response play for that. I mean, sure, Magma's ulti and Chipper ulti does a lot, but both Kraken and Hag have a shrunken head, so they aren't really going to be able to counter-initiate on them.
Here's my question. Can they kill the Malikan?
Yes, they can. If they chain it properly, they can.
I mean, with Steam Boots on strength, he just had 3,100 health. I don't know why that went away. Did he sell something?
Ooh. Hey, it was in Sanitarius.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So with Sanitarius off and Steam Boots on strength, he's got 2,700 health. Halbert's don't exactly have a ton of burst damage.
No, but they do have a ton of lockdown.
Right. The issue is how long it's going to take them to kill him, though, because the Legion team will respond. And they've got Portal Key on Magnus, they've got push books on a couple of heroes, and, I mean, they're just generally kind of fast with Striders, Parasite, stuff like that. And they're not going to let Malikan get... Okay, like, see where Chipper is right now? And he's playing super careful. Like, they haven't really had too many instances where Malikan is that far away from the team. So, with Sword Throw, with Possession, with the Sanitarius, Symbol of Rage, Life Essence...
Well, they obviously can't let him get any spells off.
Right.
He has to die
Right.
during their CC.
So, I'm wondering if they really even have the damage output to kill him with all their CC before either it just wears off and he can start putting spells out, or his team shows up. And instead, they're going to jump over here with Legionnaire once again. Bat Blast pretty much only going to hit Merkinian on the Magma, so he'll die. Might see a buyback. He's got one. Yep, immediate buyout from Magnus. And Chipper can come through as the Shrunken Head's going to start wearing off. They're going to get slowed down right here. Rectitag taking a bunch of damage, but there goes their FC ultimate, saving a lot of it as well. They will finally stop it, and it wouldn't be surprising to see her die, as actually in the background, Cursing to take all bunch of damage, but he might live here. Malikan pounding in the auto attacks onto Legionnaire. And Magnus has the Shrunken Head up, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch anybody else out. Puzzle Box going through from Parasite, and they're really trying to focus this Lego for reasons I still don't understand. They really want to kill him. True damage right there onto Plague Rider. There goes Lego finally. Now Plague Rider going to be the next one on the list. Rockets all connect onto him, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble as the Tartus goes through. Lava Surge also going to connect, and he dies, so...
Okay, how much HP does Magnus have? 2k?
Yeah. Plus Shrunken.
Malikan had 2.6. Did you see how fast Magnus died?
Yeah.
It was insane how fast.
Yeah, he died.
Imagine like 600 more HP wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And then again, though, I get come back to this. Okay, so they drop everything on Malikan, they kill him. And we saw before how they won a team fight by using all their ultimates in the Legion Woods, and then they tried to push and got wrecked because they had no ultis. So, okay, let's say they do drop everything on Malikan and kill him immediately. He's got 2 buybacks, but let's ignore that for the time being.
Yeah.
Do they have enough, then, to stand up in the team fight against multiple Lava Surges, multiple Leeches, a lot of Rockets, Torture who's doing constant damage, and if the team fight goes on long enough, potentially multiple Face Hugs and multiple Chipper Saw Blades?
Well,
Eruption.
hopefully.
I mean,
Hopefully what's going to happen is that as soon as they jump Malikan, Legion is going to want to counter-initiate.
right.
And but the Hellborn has already popped their Shrunken Heads because they know that the counter-initiation is coming for obvious reasons.
And Hag at the
Wait,
top lane is going to be a lot of trouble. Sheep Stick goes on him. He's going to die. Rhapsody also going to fall as the possession comes out from Malikan, so...
No buyback on
Right.
Hag. See?
But, I mean, this is sort of what I'm saying. So, if the Legion get the jump, and they kill Hag, they've used Possession, which is a 60-second cooldown. It'll be up in the next team fight. Sawblade is going to be up in a few seconds. Face Hug's going to be up in a few seconds. They can take the next fight. with all of their spells off of cooldown. If that had been Hellborn, they would have used Release the Kraken and maybe Bat Blast or Decapitate or something like that, and that spell would be on cooldown for a really long time.
They would use everything,
right.
Probably. That would have been a huge issue.
And then they wouldn't be able to take this tower like the Legion team are doing.
The Legion have
But usually what happens is that
Hellborn Tower.
their own team is going in and trying to save the Malikan.
Yeah.
Like, before he dies, and in the end they die as well.
That's true.
But I agree with you, or like, but it's better though. Like, let's say they just kill the Malikan, then at least they kill the Malikan, and then nothing else happens.
Yeah, and Legionary gonna get jumped here with the Sheep Stick. He could be in a lot of trouble. Two-man Lava Surge comes through. Plague Courier in the background doing a fair bit of damage. And the Release Kraken is there as well. Cursing gonna fall, but it looks like Kraken might be in some trouble as he's gonna Shrunken Head trying to run away. Not quite gonna get killed though. Rocket not gonna be enough. They do kill Salem on the Plague Rider. And here comes the Legionnaire counter as he gets his hunt off onto Chipper. Malikan coming in, dunk onto Chipper. He'll die, but the top racks go die. And Parasite can be able to run away inside of the Ballista. Malikan and Magnus both alive at this point. Run, Parasite!
Don't run away.
He's gonna get the charge. No taunt.
It won't matter.
It's just...
Can he ulti the Ballista?
Yeah, it's physical.
So
It's
why
just,
doesn't
because it's on cooldown. Parasite gonna die here as well. He finally gets popped on that thing. So, Epic Slacker gets control a little bit there, I guess, but they do lose top racks. And...
good fight for Legion.
It felt like Twisted Fusion has had opportunities in this game, and they basically either have thrown them away or haven't even tried to capitalize on them. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Congo.
looking really grim.
Congo going to be attempted, and this will be bananas as well. So that'll help.
Does Legion know?
I don't think so. Seems like they might be mildly aware of it, but I'm not sure if there's anything they can do about it or want to do about it. Chipper's still back in base, and Parasite is dead. Yeah, Malikan did pick up Savage Mace. In the meantime, though, they're going to jump them before Kongor is dead for some reason. Finally, Kongor gets killed in the background, but the Release Kraken onto 2. Possession goes on to a couple as well. Shrunken Head's up all over the place. Now Malikan going to start pounding in damage. Plague Carrier basically does nothing. Only hit once onto Magnus. And we'll see if they can kill the Malikan. Yes, they can, in fact. In the background, Rapsu setting a fair bit of damage. Over here, Legionnaire and Magnus going at it, but I don't think anybody's going to die. Kraken going to get the charge onto Chipper. And off to the side, Legionnaire's trying to survive. Curson, pretty easy kill right there. And Hellborn.
Massacre!
Go.
Good fight. Yeah.
I mean, they have tokens still. They didn't even use that. They've still got bananas. No. Is bananas even picked up? Where's bananas? Nobody has bananas. I assume bananas were used.
Bananas. Right?
Nobody has bananas that I can see. So I assume bananas were used.
Rhapsody picked them up. But did he use them himself?
Probably.
I hope.
That's
That
too bad.
would've been-
Anyway,
Yeah,
this
oh
should
well.
be mid-racks. Nobody that's dead has a buyback. And both Magnus and Parasite can't do enough by themselves to be able to deal with it. So, yeah, should be pretty easy racks.
Hellborn have destroyed a Legion
Magnus is trying to do
tower.
something top, and Kraken's, for some reason, guarding that instead of just killing the base.
A Legion barracks has been destroyed.
I don't know why Kraken went top. Because this tower would all do in the dead. They could have easily taken
The Hellborn
multiple
have
racks with
destroyed a
Kraken.
Legion tower. A Legion
And I
barracks
still
has
think
been
they'll be able to do
destroyed.
that, but now they're actually getting forced element. Forts are coming through. And all of a sudden, they're going to get chased out, it looks like, as Rhapsody is trying to get run away. Curson doing a fair bit of damage to Legionnaire. In the background over here, Malikan finally coming through, and it looks like Legionnaire going to die. So, I gotta say, that's not a great play from Kraken.
From Kraken? What do you mean?
He was in
Oh,
the,
you mean leaving home?
why was he going home?
Ugh. I don't think it would have mattered, but I think the misplay was from Legio. Like, they should have just been happy getting Arax.
Yeah. I think with Kraken's damage on top of that, I mean, he's got a breastplate. They would have killed the racks, I think, in top lane.
Probably. Yeah, you're right. They probably would have gotten at least a melee Arax if he was here. So that's a misplay.
I don't know.
Now
Man.
they're gonna push mid.
Yeah.
They still have token on Hag, and she has bought a Rescue Zone, which I love.
Right.
That's such a great item right now.
It's, no buyback on the Legionnaire and Shrunken Head and the Hoodless Kraken on top of Malik, and we'll see if they can actually burst him down. Yes, they can. And again, no buyback. Chipper going on to a couple though as well. Plague Rider ultimate background run in background doing a lot. Finally Hag dies, but the token going to bring her right back up alive. Looks like they will be able to kill Kraken. And Magma's going to be in a lot of trouble. Chipper also going to be in some danger as well. He'll get locked down and killed. Torture going to try to run away here, but he's still going to die thanks to the Sonar Scream. And once again, another very one fight for Twisted Fusion. Okay, now you leave Rhapsody here to deal with the base, and the rest of your team goes and kills top lane. Go, go, go. They got buyback on Magnus, but that's not going to be enough. He doesn't even have an eruption.
Yeah. Slots. You need to move, man. Stop farming.
Nope.
Oh, are they just gonna take Ancients? Oh no.
What is this?
Twisted Fusion. Oh, what are you doing? This is the freest tracks ever.
You're wasting so much time. I mean, I still think they're going to get it. Malik is back up in 20 seconds now.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. I don't understand this.
Oh. Oh. These misplays really adds up. Like, what if Kraken actually stayed and they had gotten a mid-Rex? And what if they would have gone bottom instead?
Right. That would have been tier 3
They would have
Sour
had one
dead
Rax
bottom.
in it, probably.
I'm not sure if they would have gotten Rax, but they definitely would have gotten Sour. And they could have gotten Rax, I don't know. It's possible. Anyway, Legion side, meanwhile, going to be able to defend their Rax again. As for some reason, Hellborn don't seem to be particularly interested in winning this game. I really don't know what that was. Besides a horrible, horrible play. So they've been able to kill the Legionnaire, and again, no buyback on him. As we noticed before, he's used all his buybacks, Hag's used all her buybacks, Kraken used all his buybacks. Only 2 left, one on Rhapsody and one on Plague Rider. And that's starting to become a factor here. Because, I mean, the fact that Lego does not have a buyback is a problem. Sheepstick completely wasted on the Plague Rider. So, that's good for the Hellborn. Oh, I completely have this wrong. Why am I saying it's the Gold Division losers back around 2? It's not. Apparently I've had the wrong thing. It's not. It's the round of 16. I swear to God, guys. Anyway, Release the Kraken going to be on to Parasite here. He's going to get dropped right off the bat, but it's not Malika that they're focusing, and now Malika going to come in with a whole bunch of damage. Lava Surge onto 2. Hag is going to be in some trouble. She's getting pulled back in, and Hellflower out. Will she be able to live? Her Rhapsody actually saving a ton of damage, and yes, Hag will be just fine. As Rhapsody does fall, but there goes Plague Rider as well, doing a lot with the Plague Rider bounce around, and Bound Eye gonna fall. Kraken also dead. Of course, he has no buyback. Hag will be Sheepstick out and face hugged there. Puzzle Box minions going through as well. Blink, no blink.
No.
Genocide.
That's game.
Racks are dead. Bottom should be killed. Yeah, there's no buybacks. Lego's still alive, but there's nothing he can do. Yeah, there's no buybacks, so this is Mega Creeps. I don't know, man.
This is such a huge... You need to know how to play late game if you want to win games. And Twisted Fusion clearly showing that they really...
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn
They don't...
tower.
I mean... When I played versus them, they what was
The
able.
Legion have destroyed
I mean,
a Hellborn tower.
Lego popping the Shrunken Head here, but it's not going to matter. He won't be able to get the kill. And the double Sheepstick, I think, just went out.
Hellborn barracks
So,
has been destroyed.
oops. Bit of a waste. Both Parasite and Magnus using their Sheepsticks, but
The
that doesn't
Hellborn
matter.
have destroyed a Legion tower.
as the tier
The
4 towers are
Legion
getting
have
cleaned up
destroyed a
by the
Hellborn
Legion
tower.
Creeps, and they now have Mega Creeps, which means this is 99% chance game, right, Cluck? I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That was like one of the most epic games we've ever seen, ever.
Yeah, I
And
know.
you should feel proud to be a part of it.
I am.
Just saying, even if you threw. A little bit.
Oh, it's fuck that game, really. My God, so mad. Fucking G desert us. Oh well. Oh, they're gonna go mid.
You channel that anger, Cluck. You channel that anger until you're your subsequent games. They're going to try to jump this Torturer, but he's going to chain reactions on Legionnaire, and he'll be fine. I don't know what their plan is, other than try to do some... yeah.
It's like hope they throw the game away.
Let us hope.
It works sometimes.
But yeah, having to TP back, of course, is Rhapsody, because the Shrine now is taking Mega Creeps damage. And she'll go try to kite into the well. And now that she's dead, they're going to have to release Kraken onto a few, actually. The Shrunken Heads again, going up all over the place. Fear is active. They will kill Random 1 and Epic Slacker on the Chipper and Parasite. And we'll see if that's enough. Actually, Eruption going off in the background. Ratchet Tag is dead. No buyback there. They're chasing down the Plague Rider. Looks like Salim is going to die here. No, Portal Key's away, and he actually should be okay. So, ends up being a 2-for-1. But they do have buyback on Chipper. Yeah, that just doesn't hurt. It's Mega Creeps.
Yeah. You need to completely stomp that fight. Then you just go trying.
Even if they did that, I'm not sure if they'd win. There were buybacks available for the Legion team, and Rhapsody is struggling to hold this. We're actually not Twisted Fusion fans in particular. We're in fact kind of annoyed at how they seem to have thrown this game. But Kraken taking all much damage here. He's going to get back into the well. And nope. At some point this Shrine is just going to die. Yeah, there it is.
Legion wins.
So, game ending the old-fashioned way. As no CC vote necessary. Instead, they just go to the good old Shrine kill. And, well, at the very least, it was a good game. Very even through a lot of it, long duration, and in the end, Telechubbies takes the series 2-0. So, I don't know. You have any final thoughts there, Cluck, the series game?
I don't know what to say. Really felt like Twisted Fusion should have won that.
Yes, it did.
He just did too many incorrect decisions, and in the end, it all just added up. Those three.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It felt like they had their opportunities over and over and over and over again. And
I mean, Mania still, he has 412 GPM.
Yep.
At a 60-minute game. That is, I don't want to say that's shit, but that's really bad.
He got outfarmed by his Magnus teammate.
Yeah.
So.
What?
Just barely, by 0.3, but it's still true. I don't know. I mean, it just kind of goes to show you, I think. Yeah, Maney didn't have that great a game. I think we didn't get enough credit to Merkinian on the Magnus. He got 27 assists, man. He was all over those team fights. I think Epic Slacker had another very good game on the Parasite. I think Random recovered well after kind of a mediocre start. Curson's words were good. And Twisted Fusion, they just didn't play all that well. So you don't have to play that well if your opponents don't play that well. And some of their, I mean, they're from a technical perspective, I think they played fine. Their team fights were good. Their laning presence was good. It's just their decision making wasn't really great. They didn't know what they were supposed to do after they got a one team fight. And
yeah.
It doesn't matter how many hero kills you get if you cannot accomplish the things that are required to win the game. If you don't kill towers, you don't kill bases, doesn't matter. Anyway,
you have to get something out.
Right. Objective-based gaming.
Yep.
I'll do it.
You know, yeah. The further the game goes, the mistakes are even more obvious and does so much more.
Yeah. I mean, if you make a critical error in the late game, then you can lose the game because of it. Getting caught out on a carry, something like that. Not popping a Shrunken Head at the right time, walking into a Tempest Ultimate.
Yeah.
Oh, Trelf, that will never not be funny. Anyway, that'll do it here for this game and this series as Telechubbies. I almost said Twisted Fusion because I wanted to say Twisted Fusion because they should have won, but Telechubbies with a really great performance. They do take it 2-0.